Alright, hello everyone, and now welcome to a game between, well, this is DeMiGoD versus KiRa. This game taking place here, well, on Terranistan, coming at you from the WarCraft 3 Reforged League Season 2. This is Group A. Some good luck, have fun starting off in the very beginning as things are well underway. KiRa over here on the bottom right-hand side of the map as the green undead. Meanwhile, over here on the top left, we have DeMiGoD spawning as, well, the blue orc. We are opening up with an Altar of Storms, no barracks as of yet. We'll see where this peon goes. If this peon it goes straight to the forest, I am expecting to see a Farseer in this matchup and see some Farseer harassment. There he goes. No, goes straight into War Mill. All right, so we may be looking at, well, a headhunter type of strategy, as the Altar of Storms will be completed here in just a second. I gotta say, Undead is frustrating to play before they get to Frostworms and Lich. Well, not in that order, right? Lich is often gotten very early. Frostworms, and well, yeah. Well, let's say this, like mobility and movement speed in Warcraft 3 is incredibly important. Like any real-time strategy game, being able to get to where you need to in the battlefield and then also maneuvering around the battlefield is incredibly important. With that said, pretty much all of the races, Night Elf, very fast, are fast units. That's just generally by their nature one of their advantages. I would say human and undead are about the same. They were designed to be about the same, and then orc, they're the big strong guys. That was supposed to be one of their disadvantages. However, because of Unholy Aura and, well, Frost Nova, it seems like Undead has a really big advantage on the movement front. Coming back in on the other side, though, well, you would say, you know what, humans have sorceresses with slow, and that is true, and it works out very well against races that don't have very powerful Dispel. And well, and that's exactly what Undead has with Devour Magic, a very powerful Dispel that you have to be very cautious and weary of. Now, focusing back on this game here. Yeah, enough about Knights already. Let's go. I wasn't talking about Knights. I was talking about overall movement speed and racial identity. Cryptlord now coming back out onto the field here is going to go ahead and go after all these units. There is a Ziggurat in play as the Farseer are going to try and do a little bit of harassment. Is it going to be able to do very much? New Spirit Wolves are out onto the battlefield here, going after perhaps this Acolyte. No, going after some of those units as the Spirit Wolves are doing a fair bit of damage and also getting in a couple of easy kills. Cryptlord could be in trouble here. Needs to summon up some more units, and it is trapped behind a gold mine here. Needs to stay on Blight. What is it really doing as the damage is starting to add up? Headhunter is in position, getting in some body blocks as well, as the Cryptlord does get up to level 2. Spirit Wolves going after that Ziggurat now. Is that Ziggurat going to stay in position? That is the question, as the, well, Headhunters are just joining in on the fight, as we are still seeing more damage coming across. All right, Ziggurat looks like it will end up getting canceled down to 66 hit points. Is it going to end up getting destroyed? It looks like it will. Yes, Ziggurat is destroyed right there. We are looking at more units getting finished off. It looks like one Headhunter was taken out. There's still a Kobold. Tome of Strength left behind. Damage, movement speed analysis is for nerds. Damage is all that matters. All right. Yeah, damage is all that matters. Like I have the most powerful punch in the world. It is just so slow that, well, you can always dodge it. Anyway, Spirit Wolf's going to get finished off here. Let's take a look at them both finished off with no problem. Second Ziggurat being placed down, as well, the Cryptlord purposely staying back to try and finish off some of these units. All right, Headhunter could be in a little bit of a problem, down to 169 hit points, and that, well, normal damage heading up onto that Headhunter, as that Headhunter is trying to back away. I will say this, I am interested to see the Undead's Unholy Aura now that movement speed is brought down from at level 2. I don't know, did they... I don't remember the patch saying anything about the tier 3 movement speed being adjusted, as we're going to look at that Headhunter finally taken out as well. KiRa doing a great job just microing, as we're looking at an Impale onto that, well, Farseer. Farseer now trapped between, in the very, very far back, going to take a large amount of damage. One very low hit point Ghoul going to try and back away. Acolyte's going to start haunting this gold mine, as that Tome of Strength not really worth anyone's time. All right, we are looking at the Criplord. Is going to be able to get off a big Impale. Ghouls need to try and catch up. No movement speed bonus here, as we're going to look at those units trying to head back. All right, very good job by DeMiGoD, making sure that those Headhunters did not line up. Level 3 speed unchanged, just level 2 oddly. Well, I guess that's because in order to really get level 3 Unholy Aura, you need to consider if someone is going to be willing to give up level 3 Death Coil for it, right? It does give even more reason for players to skip Erase Undead as the ultimate ability, as getting a 15% movement speed bonus would be... Well, is it a 15% movement? Is it a 15% movement speed bonus? I think it is. If it goes from 15 to 30, that would be a great, great bonus indeed. And we may see even more of that. All right, Criplord getting in some damage. There's a quick Impale. Lightning Shield onto the Headhunter, making it difficult as the units are going to try and surround here. Potion of Invulnerability on the Farseer, as he's going to try and finish off some more units here. More Headhunters are just trying to focus down some units as well, as we're seeing some low hit point Ghouls. How is that Ghoul still alive? Finally finished off by another DeMiGoD Headhunter. Units are trying to make their way back around. KiRa does end up picking up a Force Troll Berserker. Are we going to see an Impale? Yes, we are. And now we are going to get into a surround. Oh, yes, we are. DeMiGoD in trouble. Spirit Wolves have been summoned, but how is he going to break free as escapes at 44 hit points, and the Criplord is unable to get in that last bit of damage. All right, is it going to get body? Well, it does get attacked. The own Headhunter is getting in the way of the Farseer, letting him get tapped by that Beetle. Gonna go ahead and try and make its way back so far. What exactly is this Farseer doing? How come it is still moving right there? Are we gonna be looking at another Impale, perhaps across another, to get 1 or 2 more Headhunters? The Impale could in fact work, but no, the Headhunter is able to head back once again. Tauren Chieftain now out onto the field. There's an Impale right there, but the Tauren Chieftain with its stomp should make short work of anything, as the time life coming to an end, and that Headhunter ends up surviving. Healing Salve on that Headhunter down to 37 hit points and climbing, as we are at tier 2. All right, very intense micro, a lot of very close calls. What is KiRa doing with that one Criplord? Criplord down to 620 hit points. This Criplord is by himself, 29 supply army. And what just looks odd about this is that DeMiGoD has a lot of units. Orc armies normally do not go wide, and we are seeing peons being brought into the battle. There is no spirit link whatsoever, so what can these peons really hope to do? The Tauren Chieftain is sitting at level 1 with Stomp. We're going to see a Necropolis right here. Criplord, by his lonesome self, separated from the rest of his army, could easily get surrounded, as we are looking at Watchtowers now getting added in. All right, this is a tower, not a tower rush attempt, as we're going to look at Scroll of Speed being used to try and move across all of these units, chasing down those units pretty quickly. There is a giant stomp right there across multiple ghouls. Ghoul is going to get taken down. This is just forcing an engagement more than anything else, as a Watchtower going to end up getting taken down again. All right, another stump coming across, but the damage is really coming in from the Headhunters, while those ghouls are all standing at stunned attention, as the Watchtowers are getting added in here. Voodoo Lounge being built off to the side. We're going to see another Beetle getting taken out. The Criplord sitting at level 3, trying to finish off some of these Watchtowers here, as more Watchtowers are still getting added in. Criplord still sitting at level 3. Ghouls, are they going to really be able to engage here, as we're looking at, well, the perfect distance away from that, away from these Nerubian towers, as these Watchtowers are just getting added in. Are we going to get Demolishers, though? That is the follow-up question. If Demolishers going to be coming across, DeMiGoD needs to move back already, and with one Demolisher, things can change up dramatically, as the Nerubian towers could end up getting pressured very quickly. All right, there you can see damage is getting added in. Acolytes may be forced to be pulled off of the gold mine right there. Is that actually attacking the ground? Yes, it is. It's attacking the ground, so it's actually hitting multiple buildings. KiRa, not just falling into the trap of targeting attacking that one particular Nerubian tower, as that damage will add up. Tauren Chieftain getting down another stomp. Farseer now sitting at level 3. Are we going to see new Spirit Wolves joining in on the battle? Peons are going to try and repair, as we're looking at the Demolisher doing exactly what it should be doing, attacking multiple buildings. Is it attacking that building right now? Yes, it is directly attacking that building, as opposed to attacking ground now, shifting its target, as one guard tower is putting pressure right here as well. All right, more repairs are getting underway. This expansion is going to cost a lot of gold, as the guard towers are all in position. Are we going to get a second Demolisher? No, we are not. Ghoul getting taken out here, as well, things are just not looking well for KiRa. KiRa, will he be able to have an amazing hold, as we get almost around onto that Death Knight? Death Knight dangerously almost surrounded. There goes a quick impale. Death Coil going to save that Crypt Lord off to the side here, as damage is still added in. All right, Necropolis getting in a lot of pressure. Anytime you have watchtowers attacking, that is always a good idea. We're now attacking between all 3 buildings. Maybe even purposely attacking the Acolytes would be a good call, as it would actually splash a little bit of damage across multiple units. This time it's not as well positioned in terms of attacking multiple locations. Meanwhile, we're looking at the Headhunters, perhaps going to try and go after some of those Crypt Lords again, as another, well, watchtower being brought into position here. Death Knight going to try to sneak on in. Tauren Chieftain does have a decent amount of mana for another stomp, 42 supply compared to 46, as well, so many Acolytes, 4 additional Acolytes here just for repairs, trying to keep all of this alive. And very rarely do you ever see 14 workers currently for the undead. 34 supply army compared to 33. Multiple watchtowers coming across here. Are they going to be able to put pressure onto these watchtowers here? As you can see, that damage is going to start to slowly add up. There goes another ghoul. Chain lightning bouncing around, as damage is adding in once more. Tauren Chieftain tried to get a stomp off, instead gets impaled, stunning most of the orc army here, as the Crypt Lord are going to be trying to rush back in through that side. Headhunters now backing away. Oh, there in comes some Crypt Fiends. Crypt Fiends could end up getting taken down. They are actually on the wrong side of everything, as this Demolisher, what is it doing? It needs to back away, perhaps get repaired, and with a second Demolisher in position, the Acolytes are going to have a very difficult time trying to get anything going, or any repairs going. KiRa is in absolute trouble right now. Coming across here, Peons also with the Spirit Link, they are going to be able to stay alive pretty easily as well, as any damage done to them will be spread across 2 additional targets. Peons perhaps on auto repair now. If they are on auto repair, that would be pretty useful to repair the remaining Demolishers once more, letting the AI handle some of the issues there. Chain lightning coming back across. Tauren Chieftain should have been in that front line spot. Are we going to see? Oh, there's the Scroll of Town Portal coming back here. KiRa could be losing a Crypt Fiend. Does not lose a Crypt Fiend. That Scroll of Town Portal just in time, but the Necropolis is now gone. All right, teleported back home. The Crypt Lord dodged that stomp, but, well, what is going to save this expansion location here, as that damage is still adding up slowly but surely. All right, 2 Demolishers, Peons with repair. We're going to see these Nerubian towers start to fall. 50 supply compared to 54. KiRa, well, ends up losing, or still taking quite a bit of economic loss, trying to hold on to everything, as we now see the Lich join in onto the battlefield. All right, Lich and a Death Knight both sitting at level 1. The undead now going to be able to perhaps slow and pick up some of those trailing targets, as the Crypt Lord, as the Lich also has that Orb of Corruption, which helps out so much. Tauren Chieftain needs to find a way to get to the front. Spirit Link now getting cast across multiple units. Are we going to be looking at a stomp? Death Knight could be in trouble, as, well, there goes a quick impale across only 2 orc units this time around. All right, Headhunter trying to back away. Crypt Lord still right there, burrowing Crypt Fiends, trying to stay alive as the units back off again. More damage coming back across. Tauren Chieftain in that frontline spot. Is he going to get a stomp off? No, he does not. Demolishers still, well, making a lot of making their way, trying to take down the Nerubian tower, and it should be able to do exactly that. One more shot, there it goes, it gets finished off, and now with only a Spirit Tower left, Chain Lightning coming across, this expansion is going to get shut down. Level 3, level 2, we are pretty much only sitting on low-level heroes at this stage, as a lot of the kills have been from these watchtowers, as well picking off some of those trailing units. Dire Wolf going to try and head back, and now it is one base Orc versus one base Undead. Haunted Gold Mine is being repaired as it is being mined from. I don't know if that actually works out well, as is 7 gold a second from this gold mine because of the upkeep. I don't understand all of that too much, but what I do know is that, well, KiRa does, or DeMiGoD does have a very large number of Demolishers, and that is actually a bit scary. When you have this many Demolishers, it often means that the remainder of your army is far too weak, as we're looking at a couple of Acolytes going to try and back away. There they go. All right, level 3 on the Farseer, level 2 on the Tauren Chieftain. That you shouldn't even be going after those. You should be considering your follow-up play, perhaps trying to set up some watchtowers here to try and protect as you start using these Demolishers once again. Demolishers making their way over. Oh, should be able to finish off the Altar of Darkness, or what building are they going to go after first? They're going to go after that Crypt. Crypt already down to 920 hit points, dropping very quickly, already at half hit points, as well as we're looking at, well, the Farseer and the Tauren Chieftain, I'm doing a little bit of creeping away from the action. All right, Demolishers trying to back away. Death Knight is in position, but as you saw, that Death Knight is not quite fast enough, as the Demolishers are going to try and get within cover of, well, all of these guard towers here. All right, there you go. Are we going to see some Impales? Demolishers going to try and retreat back. Demolishers are very expensive units. There are a bunch of guard towers here, though, providing plenty of cover. As you see, the, well, units are trying to back away once more. Tauren Chieftain is at level 3. Farseer, well, very close to level 4. Should be able to get there after this, well, low-level Murloc creep camp. Demolishers continuing to play this interesting game. Will they be able to finish off their opponent here? As the Beetles are going to try and make their way over. Demolishers now retreating back. DeMiGoD has to be very careful. Those Demolishers represent a large amount of damage, but they are very slow moving. We've talked about movement speed, how important it is in battles. Those Demolishers, very powerful but very weak all at the same time. A way to balance out units in, well, any game. So far, these Demolishers continuing to move back and forth once again, and it would almost seem like a good idea for DeMiGoD to actually set up a town hall, or not a town hall, oh my gosh, a Great Hall right there, as we are looking at tier 3 now. All right, we are at Fortress, so a tiny Great Hall would actually work as the Fortress, as the Demolishers are able to finish off one Crypt. All right, are we going to see more damage again? Ghouls trying to be brought back over. In comes some more carry-on Beetles. We don't have any repairs whatsoever, as that Demolisher could easily get taken out. Very slow movement speed indeed, as the, well, the Beetles are now making their way back over. Is it going to finish it off? That Demolisher needs to get away. One more shot, and no, that Demolisher ends up staying alive. Coming back through, Death Knight, Obsidian Statues making their way off to the north. Headhunters are now upgraded to Berserkers, as we're looking at damage getting added in once again. All right, another production building could be lost, as Beetle, well, finishing off that Demolisher right there. Is it going to give well, gives a little bit of experience. Crypt Lord will get to level 4. Death Knight staying at level 2. And, well, every bit of experience definitely helps. KiRa, it does have a slight supply advantage. He does have, well, Destroyers now up in the air. And, well, Destroyers are incredibly useful against those Tauren, but very weak to those Troll Berserkers, as we will see here in just a moment. The Demolisher is still playing a very dangerous game to the south here, trying to split the attention of KiRa, as we're looking at, well, level 2 now on that Shadow Hunter. All right, coming back through, let's see the Demolishers with those hit-and-run tactics, going after production building after production building. Abominations, Ghouls now trying to make their way over, as well as we're looking at, well, a little bit more damage. Acolytes being called back over once again, and the Demolisher is just going to retreat back under the cover of those guard towers. What are they doing? Turning back around. That is not what they should be doing. The guard towers are the only things that can really protect them, and, well, that damage is still right there. Going to go ahead and do a couple of volleys back again. Abomination taking a little bit of damage, as the Demolisher is playing a really dangerous game with those Abominations right there. They're making their way over. The Abomination was right there. Demolisher down to 120. All right. feels very strange to be following demolishers in this game right now, as the armies could be making a big difference as well. We're going to be looking at more damage added in. There goes one demolisher already, and we're going to be looking at perhaps the watchtowers getting taken out. Crypt Fiends with Crypt Fiends not dealing a lot of damage to fortified armor, but it looks as though, well, KiRa says, I've had enough of this. Let me take down all of these buildings. Not going to be too big of a problem, as the Demolisher are going to get taken out as well. This could actually give level 3 to the Death Knight and to the Lich a little bit of a strange way of getting to level 3, taking down all of your opponent's towers that are sitting in your neck of the woods. This is going to give, well, the Death Knight should actually be staying nearby to get to level 3 Death Cloud. Not quite sure why he's actually backing away, and the Lich may not get to level 3 any longer. The Crypt Lord actually should be the one backing away from here, as well, is it going to give level 3? Death Knight should get there. If the Crypt Lord was not here, I think the Death Knight and the Lich would have both gotten to level 3. This time, only the Death Knight gets there. Alright, a strange game, to say the least. DeMiGoD now using his tier 3 advantage from his fortress to set up a tiny Great Hall. You see how quickly it is built. And now economic advantage has switched over to DeMiGoD. 66 supply compared to 50 though. And now KiRa running up on one base undead. Thank you for the follow. One base undead with a rather large army. KiRa was trying to hold on to his expansion for so long, and at some point he must have realized, wait, I'm undead. I don't need an expansion. I don't really need an expansion, but at this point he needs an expansion, since he is down to about a minute or a minute and a half of mining at that main base. We're looking at a little bit of aggression coming under play, an abomination making how do you cast disease on a summon? Like, can a summon get sick? Well, I guess, well, if you're just summoning a bear, I guess, I don't know. Does it work like the Naruto summon? You, like, summon magic, and you summon an actual unit from a different realm? Is that how it works? And that's why they can get sick with Disease Cloud? Alright, I know, that's a tangent. Let's focus back on the game. Coming back through, Berserkers, 0-1 upgrades, Destroyers, all in position. No expansion coming in from KiRa. KiRa getting up to a 74 supply army. And this may come as a major shock to DeMiGoD. I don't believe DeMiGoD is expecting to see such a large army come in here pretty strong. Lich, if it did get to level 3, would be able to absolutely blast apart some of those headhunters, or those berserkers, excuse me, very quickly. This is going to come down to a lot of positioning. We also have very strong heroes and items coming in from the Orc army side, as we are looking at, well, healing wards, Ankh of Reincarnation, and even a potion of lesser invulnerability. Tauren Chieftain going to be putting his foot down. There it goes. There's a major stomp. And, well, we see a quick hex onto that Crypt Lord right there. Berserkers already in that frenzy mode. The Taurens now need to get into that front line spot, as we are engaging 78 supply compared to 66. Hex goes down onto that Crypt Lord again, as we're still seeing a little bit of fighting getting underway. Alright, a major stomp coming in onto that frontline spot. Tauren Chieftain has a potion of lesser invulnerability still available for use, as the smaller army is pushing back the larger army. Scroll of Healing used in time once more, as the Tauren Chieftain does have a potion of greater mana, which should be used here in just a moment. A Tauren now going to get taken down, finally gets taken out. The number of stuns coming in from this Tauren Chieftain, absolutely huge, as the Death Knight, well, gets a potion of lesser invulnerability to stay alive a little while longer. Alright, Lightning Shield onto the Tauren Chieftain, followed by a major stomp, finishing off more things. The Obsidian statues are too far away from all of those Crypt Fiends. 74 supply compared to 57, as the Crypt Lord, forced to use a Scroll of Town Portal to get away, but still loses an Abomination in the process. 70 supply compared to 57. The amount of shutdown onto those opposing heroes and the units. The Tauren Chieftain with that long duration stun really making a big difference right there. Those stuns are absolutely powerful in this game, able to shut down your opponent's units, minimize their damage, while actually making them stand still, taking additional damage as well. We are looking at KiRa looking to expand or move his gold mine, not even expand at this point, as we're having level 4, level 3, level 3 going up against level 4, level 4, level 2. Hero experience seems about the same. KiRa should have the larger army. Units are going to be trying to engage here. There's only one Abomination, and the Death Knight. Obsidian Statue is going to try and engage here. There goes the Berserker, and, well, Death Knight trying to close in on that gap once more. Lich getting into position here. Tauren in that frontline spot. We're seeing a quick Hex go down onto that Tauren Chieftain. No easy way to stun or stop that Tauren Chieftain with Scroll of Speed. Even Frost Nova doesn't slow him down, as the Scroll of Speed automatically maxes everything. Tauren Chieftain now has a lightning shield around him. Is he going to get into position again? Destroyer's getting in some damage. They should really be trying to go after some of those Tauren, not the Tauren Chieftain, as the Taurens, well, do deal a large amount of damage to those Crypt Fiends while taking bonus damage as well. Very low hit point Tauren in that frontline spot. How is he still alive after all of this time, as the Destroyers are not going after the proper targets? Another Impale coming across, trying to return the favor of all of those, well, stuns, as we see the, Tauren finally taken out. Tauren Chieftain still alive and well, has a Potion of Mana alongside a Potion of Invulnerability, still able to stay alive as the Shadow Hunter gets up to level 3. Headhunter still trying to push in. 57s compared to 56, and it looks as though the Death Knight's going to end up falling as the Hex goes down right after the stun, preventing the Death Knight from using that Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. Tauren Chieftain gets down one more stun across multiple units. You're going to wait a little while longer, and should be able to get one more, and that is going to be the end of it. KiRa, even though he had a 15-20 supply fight going into the last battle, ends up losing multiple units, his heroes, and could end up losing some more units here as well. All right, Lich trying to hold down the fort. A bunch of burrowed Crypt Fiends. One Lich, all that is left. That Lich trying to finish off some units. There's a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, and I really think it was just poorly established lines. The Obsidian Statues aren't healing anything in that fight. Haha, I forgot my graveyard? What does he mean he forgot his graveyard? But maybe it was early on in the game he forgot his graveyard, and that's why the towers were so effective early on. Trying to run ghouls into or watchtowers does not work. I will give a hats off to KiRa. To DeMiGoD purposely knowing that he should build up that build up the fortified armor early on for those watchtowers to be extra effective, and that's really what allowed him to stick around and win that matchup there. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.